I've been consistent. I get asked this a lot. Do not believe Special Counsel Mueller is on a witch hunt. I think it's a professional investigation conducted by a man that I've known to be a straight shooter in all my interactions with him.
That is FBI Director Christopher Wray showing his support for Special Counsel Bob Mueller. Back with the A-Team. Jessica Tarlov, Kayleigh Mcenany, and Judith Miller. Ladies, hello. You were at the World Cup, weren't you?
I was. I have the limited edition World Cup, so I collect them.
Limited edition, what they sell like 2 million of them?
Well, it's a big event. I was at the World Cup.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay. Witch hunts. No witch hunts. Democrats want blood. They're ever going to get it?
No, they're never going to get it, and the president's right when he calls this a witch hunt, because I remind my Democratic friends the witch hunt began long before Robert Mueller, began when Peter Strzok, the biased FBI agent, signed the opening document into the Russia investigation based on no evidence, only evidence of phony dossier, trying falsely linking the Trump administration to Russia. Mueller, I would remind my friends, was rebuked by a district court in Virginia who said, hey, you're not interested in going after people, you're interested in finding people and finding facts pursuant to them to go after Trump. When you've been rebuked by a judge, probably a good indicator you're overreaching.
I disagree again. Judy looks like she does too. You can go first.
No, you go. No, look, you have now the indictment or guilty pleas of 4 people in the Trump campaign. You have 12 Russians indicted for meddling in the campaign. This is not a witch hunt. This is an absolutely essential investigation into what Russia tried to do in our elections and continues trying to do to this day. And until we get to the bottom of it, there's no way we're going to be able.
Exactly.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know.
Yet.
Yeah.
We don't know.
You
Let's
know, I
wait
mean, this
and
whole
see
point
at the
about,
end
like,
of it.
the biggest critics, Comey and Clapper and Brennan, they were running the shop then.
Right.
Yeah, what were they doing? And if Obama knew about it, and he was warned by Nunes, as he said time again, 08, 12, 14, 15, 16. What did he do to act on it? I mean, they thought she was going to win, and they would not even have to address it in the end. That's the argument you're hearing from Republicans. Newt Gingrich, last hour here on our program, said this. Watch. Here was the former Speaker of the House.
The Obama people who have been the harshest, Brennan, for example, who used the word, I think, traitor or treason. Jim Clapper, who was the director of national intelligence. Comey, who basically said nobody can be vote Republican and be a patriot in one of the, I think, nuttier tweets of the year. All of these guys failed. They were the people responsible in 2016, not Donald J. Trump. He was a candidate.
Why didn't they do anything?
But look, you can admit that the Democrats did not do enough about Russia and still
we're supposed
say
to just let that go and move on, and it's
right
now Trump's problem.
Donald Trump is president, and what happened in Helsinki is what we have to judge him on, not what Obama did or did not do. That's ancient history now. What is Donald Trump going to do to protect this nation against Russian interference?
It's extremely relevant that President Obama did nothing. Now we hear the Democrats crying about meddling. They had every opportunity to stop this. Devin Nunes warned them. This is the greatest intelligence failure since 9/11. He warned them. Obama did nothing except have a little good chat with Putin. Hey, can you stop that? He did nothing.
And by the way, a little good chat. I mean, President Trump didn't even say, hey, could you stop that? He said, bring it on. I believe you.
Just sanctioned 100+ Russian targets.
There's a difference here, and the president seems to really struggle with the difference between meddling in the election and being an illegitimate president. What Christopher Wray was talking about, and by the way, he had a great line where he said, I don't want anyone to mistake what my spine is made of, when Lester Holt asked him about the fact that he threatened to resign over this witch hunt, or the accusation that this is a witch hunt. Everybody agrees that the Russians meddled in this election. Mike Pompeo has said that, and that they're coming for 2018. The president is unconcerned with it. Democrats drop the ball here. This is something that Democrats across the board will admit.
What Democrats need to get their head around is where his head is. And his head is, you know, you've been coming at me with this stuff for 19 months.
Yeah.
None of it's true. You had the dossier. None of it's true.
But that's not true.
And I did something that no American in American history has ever done. I came out of private life and I ran for the presidency and I won. And I beat the woman that was favored to beat me. by double digits.
But why-
And you guys are trying to take this away from me. That's what he's thinking every day.
But maybe he should have-
And for Democrats not to understand that is a real misreading of what we need to understand about where this debate is.
I don't think that's
One last point, then I'll let you guys go at it. Had he said that in Helsinki, we might have an entire different debate over the last 4 days.
You absolutely would have had an entirely different debate, but he had the information on Russian meddling back in January of 2017. He has been denying it time and time again since that. When he gets in the room with Vladimir Putin, he becomes a little puppy dog.
You don't know what
You
happened.
saw-
Hold on. You don't know what happened.
Well, we saw he did it very publicly. No, we don't know what happened there, and hopefully we will find out. But we do know that Vladimir Putin even had to help him out
Really,
on the
are you in
Crimea
the
issue.
camp that thinks that should be public? The conversation between two world leaders should be made public?
I'm in the camp that says, I don't know what goes on in there. The President of the United States of America, when his entire intelligence community comes out and says over and over again that the Russians meddled here, and he stands up in public and embarrasses us and embarrasses the intelligence community by saying, I believe him, and then expects us to believe that he doesn't speak English the next day and doesn't know would or wouldn't.
Jessica, he said 4 times that meddling happened. He said it on August 8th. He said it 4 times. I have to correct something. Bill, you're spot on. This is not about meddling. Peter Strzok admitted on the stand, hey, Russians have meddled in many of our elections. It's not about meddling. What this is about is trying to delegitimize the President of the United States. He won a free and fair election. Not a single vote was changed. President Barack Obama said that. Not a single vote was changed because of Russians. But they are trying to delegitimize this president. They cannot stand
Because
that
if they were
President
so
Trump won the
concerned
election.
about it, Judith, they would have done something back during the Obama administration.
I think it's clear that the Democrats assumed Hillary was going to win. I would have liked them to have done more. That is a separate issue from what Donald Trump is going to do today. And the fact that he is unable to wrap his rhetoric.
Maybe we should subpoena the interpreter who was there in the one-on-one. Maybe we should subpoena the interpreter who was President Obama. Maybe we should subpoena the interpreter who was with President Bush.
I'm all in favor of transparency. I am all in favor of the Congress knowing what went on behind closed doors. I think it's very important when the president suggests that it's okay for our people, our ambassadors, our people to be interviewed by the Russian officials. No, that's not.
We'll turn Michael McFaul
we
over,
need to know what
Bill
happened.
Browder over. The idea that that's even a conversation. He comes up with that Montenegro example. I don't think the president
Kayleigh
ever
gets
thinks
that
about Montenegro.
One thing I'll just say is I would love to see Trey Gowdy question the interpreter who was there when President Obama promised more flexibility after he got elected. Love to see Gowdy.
You know what? We had that on camera.
We did. Yes.
I'm sure he'd be happy
and it was in English.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.